Today I'm here to describe that everything really is connected, and not in some abstract, esoteric way, but in a very concrete, direct, understandable way. Taking a deep breath was not something that was possible on this earth 3 billion years ago. Now, luckily for us, one of those organisms that was alive at this time was something called a cyanobacteria. And this organism has the special trick that we call photosynthesis. The ability to go take energy from the sun and transform carbon dioxide into oxygen. Imagine for a moment, and this is a thought experiment, imagine you were one of these little organisms 2 billion years ago. You might be born, you live a couple weeks, you die, and you kind of feel like, well, nothing really changed. I mean, I had no purpose in this life. Like, the world I came to is exactly the same as the world that I left. But what you wouldn't have understood is that every breath that you took contributed to the possibility of countless lives after you, lives that you would never see, lives that we are all a part of today. This is a piano, and I have actually a good relationship with pianos. Thanks, Mom. She gave me piano lessons very early. The skill of the piano, the relationship to the piano, the beauty that comes from it was not a thinkable thought until very, very recently in human history. And it leads me to a concept I'd like to share with you guys, which I call the palette of being. Because all of us are born into this life having available to us the experiences of humanity that has come so far. And we typically are only able to paint with the patterns of thought and the ways of being that existed before. And our lives are really beautiful for the following reason. We're born into this life. We have the ability to go make this unique painting with the colors of being that are around us at the point of our birth. But in the process of life, we also have the unique opportunity to create a new color. I think a lot of us understand that we exist in this kind of marvelous universe, but we think about this universe as we're this tiny, unimportant thing. That there's this massive physical universe, and inside of it, there's the biosphere, and inside of that, that's society, and inside of us, well, we're just one person out of 7 billion people, and how can we matter? And we think about this as like a container relationship where all the goodness comes from the outside to the inside, and there's nothing really special about us. But the palette of being says the opposite. It says that the way that we are in our lives, the way that we affect our friends and our family, begin to change the way that they are able to paint in the future, begins to change the way that communities then affect society, the way that society could then affect its relationship to the biosphere, and the way that the biosphere could then affect the physical planet and the universe itself. And if it's a possible thing for cyanobacteria to completely transform the physical environment of our planet, it is absolutely a possible thing for us to do the same thing.